Right, Sky Power Radio and TV Services Studios, West Yorkshire, Leeds, Stenson, Mount Ardesseed, Mustafa, Jamisain. Good day, good afternoon, good morning to you, wherever you are on this planet Earth. Assalamu alaikum, badingolu ngal konjong be dawda anibe watu wajo. Kal bismillah na lokum programo min kasodo jang ni nyentem ben sire kabona Sky Power Radio and TV Services. Nal badi malo Mustafa Jami membe sirin programo kunna. Yo, bokki degul kati ñu leen di nuyu fii ci rajo bi bàyyi ko studios West Yorkshire Leeds Stensil Mount ànd ak seen xarit Mustafa Jammeh nekkal leen fii ci rajo bi commune dalta ka ke ñame loku ni ñantem ben sita nga alfal kumandi kana ka kacanya kula miya lonko ngaje ko ak amu sula kuwalati kula miya lonko ngaje ko banko fangole sula tala wakamala be ñi alfal be kilin tentulam be jele la wato miya ta pour que taram fe and defo fen kelanse kontong ngi bula inin lamor la nin jibe la ñoo kontong no bora je inshallah sina dum ko kun kono yo msa commencé tela Mr. Lamino Lankoma nse bula inin lamor la nin jibe la ñoo kontong Mr. Koma.
Okay, baraka bake Mr. Jammeh for putting invite in program ota kumaya bata anata ben wati feme alon kombota salolo kono so sinyo tentu bake ala tentu ila jai anyo jai puru mbota salo kono dati kaira mbota kono kaira kono. Okay, come from introduce basically be sabatirin brekamale originate kabonang kiang satu tau to sai be kombo mafol. So I'm looking forward to talking about this topic. And if ye guestol men invite is good ni fana nyolong atau dunia world. So me alla listeners alla lamoy learning jube lal be tempulam be jayla baraka kenne ke Mr.
Ini baraba ke Mr. Koma ngalong ko yesalo fo jambare ni yesalo fo wolning banna salo ni leyango ni subol ni sa jella kata ngalong dabo kunankol wol dol bisal tale bari fortunately nga dabo kunanka do so don jang ba fanan tentula bake min keda lamen je daboti se fanan tentu nga je nga bulane amorlan ni jiberale ñoo kontong ni mo je inshallah sina dum ko kun kono lamen ni mbare mo kende once again welcome bismillah. Ngama lamine delay la soto ala side internet connection amantara kam moy malam fe kam moy la bal lamin okay imagine ngama freeze dale so sambe minkela imagine abe damen no but sambe minkela sol maybe sol yo nsete bulani mo le ñoo kon don janni lamin binala na
man xam nga internet gunjur bi da ngay waru so dafa wara next time so am program bi dafa wara dem passé
no so but you know we don't want to bull promote Basse fidi
Basse boy second capital bi am nga fofu suñu internet bi du dé freeze anyway maa ngi nuyu ñëpp ñoo xam ne ñu ñoo seet di ñu déglu di leen ne yàlla nañ fekkee déwén ci wér ak wérle fan bu gudd ak mujj gu rafet musal ñu ci seytaane ay pexe noonu comme nañ ko faral a defee rek samedi bu nekk at this time dañ fi dee daje di waxtaan mbiri réew mi naka la ñooy defee ba génne ko ci lim nekk mu dem kanam yokk makaama gi ak ñëpp jërë ngeen jëf
ene mbala jërëjëf Sol coming mbaa la ñame mbaa commence la ñame lamino akumata bake follow lafta bundami njibe la fanna coming nga foye ko diamo kono ñamen wolon mansa kunda ringol bare ni amoy mansa kunda ringol mansa kunda balle bije bari aka kumante ya bake jama kuo ku jannimbe dunna kono ko nyin nga kuo marufo long ala definition of mansa kunda ringol tuwawol ba fola local government basain local government aning ala governance amaranya lafto wala jibela nakacha kungon bar follow jannimba a jibela ko kungo ko nyin kotom minde lafta ngolo ni ko local government mansa kunda ringo aninga maranya muno mansa kunda ringo fonti munal nafadi lamino koma
okay mba trial ka fasari ka bo tubabu kamoto domanding ni ko mansa kunda ringo yalo mansa kunda ka taraye menka mara banko bela so bari nata jube over the years ikame a principle of subsidiarity wala nyinti ko mansa kunda balu nyanta ye bulo fata kula me ya lon ko mansa kunda men be duma men sutiyata molla isa topatono so principle o wala nata develop or to the extent ka jube mun sembelle sit bono mansa kunda bulu ka mansa kunda na fe molla to be more responsive to kana fe grassroots so not inatan tola section to wala Gambia ti kabiba loi de dala ya sementu ya dula saballa dula follow wala keta na constitution oti dula fula constitution la dula fula woketa section 193 anin section 214 anin sabanya mende wala vision 2020 but going back a little bit inata jubele ko mansa kunda nyanta tamala ay better and I democratic for isi local government system soto local government system is just the same wala nyinti ko yemansa kunda nafe ay sutiya mol fangola that is at the grassroots level so nying section nying ku sabol mengi for section 193 and 214 and in vision 2020 basically e même for je wala nyinti ko isi mansa kunda nafe me ya lonko abe sembo dila ni lower government in terms of principle of subsidiarity ka sembo dila pour nyin kamala mol membe duma isi la mol select no ye represent council ni mansa kunda de ngoto so mol lafta pol mene kala folie wolka wol topato fo sila de dalemba fo lobitan lemba fo agriculture kulemba isi wol be keno so vision 2020 fanan nata wole bambandi participation of the people so bari ku dantanu fintata je me yalun ko ikuma ya batale wole nyinti ko like ni tata 193 wole high degree of local autonomy wo kuma ya batale anin ka foko a system na fe me yalon ko it will be definitely democratic and more participatory in terms of people participation in that is democratization process. So that means mansa kunda nyanta jelala ko according to the constitution ka sembe jamata ka lafa mansa kunda ringola wala local government do ta fo area council what moy ke kilo wala ya so area council ni ajube ka mol men selege mol fon la ka carte fa yesije you not a structure nyamen tumado baton sina wol be kacha but the whole principle meant wrong na mansa kunda na fe ay sutia molla pour mol ke la sula pol dante no wala rather than kata fu banjul level ke la sula pol date at the national level I hope in terms of translation is a bit better that way. I hope it's well understood.
It is certainly is certainly is definition on ying bayri yalon jama mi atin nan kala fi ko ying jannim be dunna kono nga define because wokam ma ko e kacha kono bakele pour nga long kana min kacha ko min de anim monom kacha ko ibajal ko kono sa fanu no nyamen bari comme mba fo ka nyame malon fo lamen malon fo kam moy la ba
Yeah, mala mic be on.
Yeah, I might be on maybe connection or also. He's trying to look for a better signal. I like to think so. Uh, connection kendo kasura dame ngamra kole is trying to spot a good connection spot.
Mm.
Ha.
Normally,
Line man,
Mansakunda local government molka
kamela.
for Mansakunda ringon.
Mm.
Comme
Hello?
ya fo nyamin del kabrin dinding wato lo
Hello?
electoral anin PWD anin balfo betinyol in kawol jenu so ne nata comme sila dadal nying anin wo sifal jama jama PWD leka ila dokula leka udokunu so anin
Struggle kan you
GNC
know.
wo wato
Yeah. Malo
mankin na wekti
ngaji be sama minkela. Malo ngaji be Mr. Koma, can you hear me? Kamela.
Nke
Okay, great stuff. Okay. Mansa kundaringo ya define le ngalon nga kotolon ne saying. But ni nata mansa kundaringo no saying lafta min lon na fanang. Wolomu ataman ni rinyat. Yalon kuo ngalon nga kotolon malon kuo nyin taman ni nya ni nata anyanta tamala nya dile ataman dir silol ni taman dir bulol nyanda kala minade.
Okay, isa misal no nyamen demanding amanke exactly anamulunta wole man sakunda babe nyadile. Ye president soto, ye ministry soto, ye minister of agriculture, minister of health, minister of education, ye minister kije and things like that. Ye house soto me alonko deputy lebije. O deputy wole ka loi dada pour ka banko taman. So isa demanding o misal wole nyama, ye wole na fe ka jindi duma pour mol si osoro comme ko ni na for example ni nata west coast region nawota as an example ibe mo soto la memo chairman de wala be responsible la pour area la o chairman o ni o select ni o elect inata ye council ol financial ya ni o council ol le kasi kakacha ka lual deda ka jube be bang ebe regional tamandi la nyame bar wokono they also have what they call a technical committee. Most of the ministry bundal. Or technical committee, you'll have people like all the sectors you can represent daily. Agriculture, education, health. So ila heads member of region to wole kasi ini nyunu kakacha ka juba be kera nyame. Now in a more detailed form, ni nata duma apart from council, you have what they call ward committees and in village development committees. Nyimbe purukaman sakunda na fe ka jindi duma such a way that more members lower down, even at the village level, is to participate no. Puruka la fila isula from menti fanko bundala and in development iskala fono area council or local government so that we'll see mako no what. So normally ala structure be wala nyama in general terms that.
Yeah, o akumara bake komi ya fo nyama but saying muno mosa fono ko muno mo itola primary responsibility de.
Primary responsibility. Yalom nying Fenko Bay is under the context of ikame decentralization and democratization. Decentralization dal insa fasar no nyame walen kuomen bebe kemparin dula kili ya janjan domandi. So ni ya janjan domanding akam to ko sembo membe tema yo sembo janjan domandi do sembo talan nale. So a lua bunda dedale under the Local Government Act 2002 me alon ko schedule bije akoma ya sate me yalon ko mansa kunda basi symbol men ite men janjan nola. For example, army la sembo ite odi nola ila. Things like that. Yo bari symbol men nyanta janjana yo be safe o schedule nyin dole. For example, Marcel la kuo nyin silandingol la kuo adding certain levels me yalon ko nyanta mansa kunda ba nyanta dire la bon tolbe stage men to nak bujama bije mansa kunda yalo anyante ikame devolution kawo symbol ta ke yela mandi ke samba woto ni mansa kunda ba ma ke follow jama bije make like education la karola, health la karola anin ku jama la karola so bari certain aspects bije wol bije la like marse anin marse tamandinya aning ka dulal seniandi aning kasilo dol deda in secondary roads and things like wo schedulo yo be safele abebe safele nji so momo yela do ko Kenya lon na da
Okay, aku mara bagi. Malum foi kam mo la saimbang. Lamin je.
Anke moile.
Okay.
Reception o man
Great
fenke
stuff.
baake baranka kumol moile.
Okay, minkera
Hello?
actually.
Yeah.
Beten tula follow ba minkela beten tula ba ke mbeje la. Mbe minkela ngalon ne ko banna salo ketale dabo kundankol dobije ni saji kul nada ano domoro la karole tol katu bisalo bari nse minken sebule ni mole yo konton kadu ite manke lundande jang ni obaje sina dunka
Yo mbe mol be konton na ko Mustafa ya ko
malo
nyame.
fe kamela dabo
Anke moile. Mbe mol be konton na ndolbe gonjor janne reception o man dobi aka issues wali soto le bon ga kumol moile kay. Ndalam lamen je dabo. Mbali be konton na. Kali bismillah program o nyen to kay.
Akumara ngai ko abaraka lamin, thank you so much. Mba fu kan kacha
Hello.
ko mansa kundaringo. Yeah, hello,
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Okay. All right.
Malum foi kam muela bang. Saying. Maybe there is a delay somewhere. Internet connection is a bit of is a struggle.
yeah, it has been a problem.
Yeah, but okay, but Mr. Koma, come even mean for kang. But I'm in tama ndirinya. Mansa kunda ringo tama ndirinya.
It's a delay.
Yanta maralala directly.
Line okay break. Like, can you repeat that again, please? The line is breaking.
Gunjurum kola line ol mambetea.
No, internet on
So let me tell you
Fenko is horrible. Okay, now it's coming back. Go ahead.
Okay, moving forward. Okay, some people are saying very interesting conversation. It's so sad the internet is acting, but I think we'll stabilize that, you know. It's sad, yeah. But moving forward, yalo masa kundari o lamin malam pa kamwela. Oh, thank you. Okay. I think by introduction okay, you know, but say Mr. Koma, mansa kundari o taman niro nya. Jamal marcha wala, Jamal nyante marala wala directly.
Well, as I said, these are elected people, just like MPs Benjamin and president. Like you have the chairman or elected, a cartel fire, council of an cartel fire. Inata lua bunda londi, o lua bunda itaman inyanta tamala nyamen, o baby suffering o lua bunda tole. Momo la responsibility mumenti, inimman sakunda batema, o baby suffering. So konga memfa abukole wala ne manin ko ya banne man sakunda ringo lem dal man sakunda babe katama nyamen man sakunda ringo katama wala nya kam da man sakunda ringo la taman nya sai wala sutiata molla because it tama no yeta area council yedante la hajo la je man kolon wala soto o silo men katana farota man betia o lobitano men katama thing something like that. So that's the whole purpose. So it's Menkatama, you have the chairperson as the head of that chairperson or wole mansa kunari wala kuntiwat. At every region, that is West Coast, North Bank, Upper River, Wasifa, Lower River, Bebe wala nyama. Chairman wala mwila naman ke ye BCC so daning TMC ka fo le mayor barabe mo kilingwal.
Okay, akumara bake. Mr. Davo Lamin, lafta priyem
Yes.
mako minto nyim fanal to wolom give us the laws mansa kundaring on la lual in summary ikatamani itamandir bulol ila tamandir la lual mena nina autonomy la
yalon man sakundariŋol ka taama ñaamin ye luwal min ni dada pour ka wo taamandir ñaali landimool ye sa a loŋa ka ke ñaamin wo luwal faŋo damma ye fitinol soto e kono jeele yaajale man sakundariŋol ni tata ila ñiŋ local government act 2002 aba tandile la ko man sakundariŋol ñanta demaro de la fannol lale tolibe sabatirin fannol min to ni nata West Coast region la satellite min ni bebe West Coast region man sakundariŋol ñanta kuwol kala jele ne mol ko mambo holo Lesotho e ñanta mol ma ko ila bo holo tole waste collection wala mo ñamoli ke tombong ke bonde community to ke samba albite samba la damen al tolle a long bari tolle la do ko mu wote ya jale doko ning ayatara non ko ase tolle maral bundali sone andino e nyanta wali fanan kela nole bari kuola ni tata local government act ala section 48 ala bunda tannanin seyoto ala sidula kilingoto wolam nyante ko local government nyanta ye semboli be sotole ko man sakunda ba e sembo min soto banko kan banko dula be to pour ka marar loke yo bar hanni ngatar non ko man sakunda e wo luwali falen e do ye luwal jamal le falen bar wo falendirol man nafa soto woli mo kuwalleti min ya lon ko president o naala mooli sa fo ñaama dron eɗen nin ko president o naala mooli ñin local government act bi naala aɓe kela luwati wato min na yaya jammele ɓe mararola no ba naata 2002 le so his excellency president barrow ay luwal ñine jama ba tara jeela temman falindir jamali keje ya jale luwal be laaren je farindilol min ne keta je min ya lon ko insafa ko e nyen confusion on fitino be sabu bimbe min kono wali keta yaya jammela watol yo bari kuwa la nin kumu nin bungo mo ala foundation ole sota ala fonda isafa nyaadi le fundamental ay wala soto edum wala mo section 193 section 194 Gambia la maral bukuba 1997 constitution why itandile ko local government man sakunda ringoli e ñante fango marala le edum wo fammaro asembo ñanta warala baakele kuwol jama baabe je man sakunda baale man sembe soto ke dalde woto so itolle ñanta marala walla so ni tata constitution o ñento section 193 e ɓa tarala jeele ɓawo ñini mo molleti min mun ya lon ko molle ka fe fayi president may appoint Mome appoint, molle appoint. Amantal kodron bi ite president bondila no ala palaso to molle ya keje. Silol le bije ni ba bondile bitala nin silol min wollom karre fayol ta anin ku kotangole. Bar min kumata je doron wala molle local governments wali fananta ka karre fay councilole ka karre fay chairpersonole ni nata KM anin Banjun ka karre fay mayole. So mol minita ye karre fay man sekunda ba president onala mole anin man sekunda ringole chairman onala mole relationship min nyanta tarale tema nyanta kela horomonin buñalete anni atarnon ko ye kawali soto dulal to wo kawaliol mañana futala silo kam kake fitinol ti wol nyanta kela kullete nyanta minne kacala fay senyo lam isenyo moyno bawo ñinila functions be clair in bakele bari president wal symbol ka warale edi bika la finyenna ka fo tolne masakundar ngol be ñoo sabala kula president wal bika wo understand bari amanke ko ika ñole saba luwale a landi wo ñama luwa ya landi ñamin a ñanta tamala wala ñama edu luwa ko e ñante fammarala no baake le nenga tar non ko maralo tata fafutata dulala man sekunda bali be dami ni man kambe wala nga fa ñame ñanta sila le wali kacha bara kuwal mañanna e mañanna wo problem wali solve la silo kan nim fitinola abe
Okay,
wala
ila ke
ñama
kumada
ye
ba ke
luwa
lamin.
sembo
Lamin ke
mindi man
kumada.
sekunda ron
Ha.
Internet is okay.
Je kumada ba ke lafte mako min dolong. Man sekundare ngol isembo danta mundole. Mundole isembo dandula.
wali symbol be luwa symbol min dila luwa symbol min dila wala mu luwa symbol min dila wala mu ñente ko fewo fen na tara nun koy tol sa keno fo Marcel Lombang fo silol min ya lon koy manke banku be silol ti bawo silol bi jele min danta Birkama kono silol bi je min danta Gunjur kono e sina inin sila doli national roads eni wal sina ye eni national roads wal sina nole eni won national roads wal sina nole bendulalto bar silol min be sateli kono satel min yalon ko kansulole be mararila wo silol jama bali be je wali nyanta kala kansulola silol lati waste collection nim moli sulata fengol la nyamoli nyanta min ni fayla man sekundare ngol la do ko wollo mo walete anin ku jamali bije hani bi man sekunda bali man wo siloli bula baake bar kuol min ni bije e nyanta min ni topotola isiata baake le fewo fennata non ka manke ko president wonala minister le nyanta wol tamandila ye betu man sekundare ngol le bulu bari Gambia jay man hani bi man jelu clarify baake hani ni waste collection o mo jama ma understand ko council la do ko wollom bar council la do ko wollom ji ko wali ka jiol samba boholole nin dulal min man jiol soto wol fanan man sakundare ngo se dadu no jele nin nawek sa jibe no le be woli kala nyamin even do nawek be president wala koto wali mo banku fenkol le bari nin jiol soto ji kuwol nata kuran kuwol nata min ya lon ko nawek mam futanoje bawe ke ma kodo soto enen man sakundare ngol se diamol kenole ka make sure ko molla dulale kurangol ye futaje ka make sure ko kurangol ye futa dulal to jiol ye futa dulal to ka mol ma koy lopitanol to ani se ma koy rol men keno karambungol to woli be mo kuwallati man sakundare ngol nyanta min kelano ede nyanta luwal dadala nole ibe fango tamandila nyame moma wodila constitutional adila ni tata section 193 Gambia la maral buko nyeng ala section 193 ni tata jiarnin 194 waya fole clearly ko masakundare ngoli nyanta fango maralale ko masakunda ka banko maranyame yajele so kuolbe wala nyama kuolbe wala nyama so loi sembo min dila il sembo min dila pour se famara warata bakele yo bari ninnata comme itolika mem foko bawo nyin sonkol be nata wala to mararo danta mun to isafo man secondary ngol itela finance director li bayla no do kuwala man secondary ngol itela chief executive officer li bayla do kuwala wote kelano manga banta jibe nyama jamala bidi wote kelano man secondary ngol sela CEO li tano le se baynole man secondary ngol sela finance director tano le se baynole man secondary ngol moli min ya lon ko man secondary kane feje do kuwala e manyana ne fela noje do kuwala womu kuwalleti man secondary ka min ke mi ya lon kanin silo manta e ka minni fo edu wali kono nyim finance director li be walato wali kono nying CEO li be walato molla dula mi ya lon ko luwa ko asembo be tolle bulal tol ko wolte moltala no ke baydo ko wal ko ite Mustafa an tol ko nse mota no le ngana sambete la sky power barite kukela no mare la hannata non ka mantara la do ko wala wo manke kote mi ya lon ko anyan mo nyante la moy la fam man sekunda nyanta wodulal jibe la bakela ni luwa manta.
Okay, Akumara. Bamba? Yes, Bamba, Karim.
Mustafa barka bake mbe na koroke kontona me alon kon na mentole mo nga bunya bake Dr. Lamin J Dabo mbe kontona bake mbe panel solve kontona nadin no Suleiman nga fana njele bi alon to la ba mi ambi tilo be boka njabake so nga be ra fana njen so dum amang koto dum dal suma yamantaral which is good. But Dr. Njalapta mentioning Kala, an act of parliament. Deputy Oli men kacha president wa sign kake luati. Naning constitutional conflict. Waraning constitutional fort nyoko. Dr. Ijamira mente banku dimu nyanta bulala mune noma o lua nyanta bulala mune noma. Bayri nyimfulo be mu luati.
Well, Karim Rasul nge konton salola manna sali boje kodo bal tolle bulal tol min ne betubabdu.
Yes, right.
Kodo bal tolle bulal tol min ne betubabdu barbutu. Ngagra nim pareta wole be wave sen lanye.
Inshallah.
Barika nyenen ika nyenen karo minke. Amanyana woli manyana futala wodulal la fang. Act of the National Assembly mi ya lon kanin constitutional fota nyokoma ya safe kaiti kensan le bala kaiti kensan le ma manya na kela kuti fa monyan la moyla menda so wo problem wali bembulu local government act falling jama bale ketaje mi ya lon kanin silo manta bari ni momo lafta understand lebita section 193 section 194 Gambia la maral bunda maral bunda buku bato wolom constitution o nyanti I may tandi wolom nyanti ko ni local governments the sembo dilale fewo fe natara nun ka bela kuole kono itol nyanta wo tamandila mo koten datije i balanta le fo e luwañing entrench section 194 ya entrench le wala mu ñinti ko Mansakunda ta falin na no foni tata referendum wala han dibitel ni Mansakunda ni lata ñokay te falindiro kala noje ibita referendum wala wo kola ni ba falin ne ya falin woy mi tandi wala ñinti ko kol doli bije manyanna bulale no kanka ño sabela Mansakunda ñanta tamala ñamin is very very clear ni tata constitution o ñento section 193 ni tata f wala ñinte ko ñimma Mansakunda ringoli ise namoli kaninnole namoli se kaninnole edu won namoli itolle a long ibakela ñamin anin few bente toli fe ñante la namol dundila walato ila kodoli anila accountoli accountant general sinanola ay fenke ay topoto yara ay whatever yeah ay sinanole so min bije wala mo ñanti ko isela si oli haya nole e tolle ñante haya la fan Mansakunda ka sembo min di fangola ka fa koy tolle be finance director li haya la ka fa koy tolle ñanta CEO li haya la nte male wo sembo bondi mun tole because constitution auto is very clear council le ñante la doku la be haya la e dum ye momota doku le sa bayno doku fananna abe wala nyama wala mu luwati yes
akumada wado sa nin kumbo nyama lamin banku dingol mala mosa mine foye because nyala momo ni bataso de ekola ya koso do foye nyaji fita last sodo
well banku
bije wo sembo mol malo e nyanda tamande la nyamen walla hani alom fen ka tara laring ikunna tolo to mi alon ko itol fam mal lebo ko duno lande la nyamen so what is saying banku dingol malam fonde diamo ko dire jelo la
network ko man tara bam fenkerinde
young internet is very bad
I'm struggling myself here in the woods. I'm in the woods. No, I'm in the woods. I'm in the woods. Mandara jana studio. I'm in the woods. But min keta lafa lamin yinin kala min.
Akunto taleka.
Lafta min yinin kala wolong banku dingol ni yin kolea ko sifal soto. Istano muntola pour ye nyaajo fita because nim Mansakunda ringo bije Mansakunda bake sembola walkan so banku dingol semene keno
well banku dingol semin keno wala mo kansulol be minna kata Mansakunda samba kiti wala wati ne wati pour nyin kamala kiti bungol sem makoy ya tandi molla kuwal nyanta kela nyame ni ya remember Talib Ahmed Ben Suda anemo kotangoli itata kiti olale do Supreme Court ye decision o ke wo kiti otole ka tandi ko kamim foko kansuloli ni la chairperson ol manyanna tamala no foni ngata ranun ko foni ataranun ko ye permission ta Mansakunda bulo minister bulo yini ya fole ko wo anil luwa manta edun anil luwa manta ita fala no bamba mase ko ite bola no Birmingham kata London foni tata sara mo dola mun dalil le be wola dalil man tara wola bar Supreme Court ya fale ko woma nyanna kela no ni bitala tamala is a minister inform no le bar just information can sangola modaro bar ka fa ko be permission ol tala minister bulu wo ko la e tamano wota kela no ani loi manta. So sai moli se min keno ni nyinin ka wolum kitiyati ntol Gambia na fahamro doyata baake nanata mararola edun ntoli problem keme bembulu mararola problem woli wolle bembulu ise doli mo yankuba e doku ke ay molda handi kitiyolla yankuba te doku kela no fonata ta kitiyo ay tandi mbe lori mun toleto so aka nyimmin ke womu mararoni nyato taleti bankoka bararomu waleti pour aliye wali clarify because ni wante fitino le jita tara duma edi wo fitino malla finga wali solve siloka wala mu modol ye lojana modol ye nyojana be nyo bunna berol ning dokol la ning ku kotengole wo manke nyato tati bankoka bar nim mararo tinyanta ka waleke so mol men ni ka fo ko maral kuol bulaje nga development ke nte ko wali male ka memfo ye fe wo fen develop ni nga tarnon ko tilimbali abe kuoli kono wo development abe tinyan na lungo binala lungo mi yalon ka abe tinyan na fa mantaral maroro mu fengoti mi yalon ko nyanta jibela nimma wo solve no man na problem oli solve follow man sekunda ringol nim man sekunda baltema marali problem ole bije ite motala no do ko le ka foy ko ite wo bayla no ikana molta kana dundi foy ko dia ko ya yeta ayekela payroll di ke jo kodola barete te kukela no walla ani luwa manta man sekunda nyanta stop la le kat finance director samba council olto e nyanta stop la le ka CEO samba council olto assembo tela constitutional ma di la constitutional yo sembo di council olel
la mene min fo nyakum
Mustafa be break and bari Mustafa janni menan telafta Dr. Dabo nyinin kala watil tabano ngamo ile num iko president lafta pour ka kono lelu appoint KMC anim banjo okay ako nyin dan na mabo moliye de akola anata na fintina kotanke some legal some so-called, because I don't want to give them that respect. Wolfintina neko president wa asembo sotole. Many along they are well landed in the law, and I am the malubaka in Nyokuya. But doctor as a constitutional expert, it been advised la munela aling lua e mune ko KMC dame along ko meo le bije anim banjul dame along ko meo sotole. Because we have governors in LRR, West Coast, and in Katabase Mafankang. For President of the Sombo within the Constitution as the Chief Executive, Purka Governor Tombo Nyendula Fulo to Banjul Ning KMC.
well yale tolika mimfo nie kuo fango jibe aka kenyame ninga tarnon ko iko sembo bela le pour ka kube kutoke okay sani wote ba jibela letela sembo nyen ninga tarno yewo ke abena fala mun le ba tamandila nyaadila hani governor woto moy ka foyle ko commissioners okay so commissioner be nyen panelo nyen tole woto mo wali mu commissioner le edu wali mu senior officers let in government yajel senior officers lamo in government woto mo ika walleta yeke commissionerity nyen bankol berkama era council walto kata west divisional lebije Lower River Division, Upper River Division, Western Division, wale bijeka wale ta ye palasol di la ye foiko commissioners. Yaje. So lua nata ko sanyi ila governor nyanta kela molle te mini ya lonko ye director palasol soto mansakunda kono. Nte dunna la fenkoli kono baake ba be kiti bungal. Bar ning atan non ko executive coordinators ye fenke. Ye wali fanan appoint. Wali fanan mu governor let. Ye governor le appoint West Coast Ajana KM, Tanifim Municipality, and in Banjul City Council. Ye governor le appoint je. Ye moli minne appoint governor yala West Coast Ajana KM, and in Banjul. Woto wali fana nyanta kela mollete mini ya lonko ila functions be mu kilinda ika president wale represent KM anin Banjul City Council ko ika president will represent West Coast region nyame ika represent Upper River region nyame ibe mu governor le yaje so signing wali fana nyanta jibe la fo be minni appoint wo pala solla putata director palasol la mansakunda kono le ye bondi mun tol to nyanta bola mansakunda le kono ha luwa katama wala nyama nyini be mu ku kilingol leti niye luwa londe West Coast region o luwa kilingol inata molta ke ko palas kilingol to kani fin anim Banjul ila qualification ol be nyanta kala kilingeti nyanta kala director level appointees let edi nyanta taral do ko wala mansakunda kono ha yajen palaso nyini yes
Okay, akumara bake lamen. Mr. Komma, munam problem oti nunto anim biti lo. Munam problem oti Mr. Komma. Ngamere be yin call kono le before, but sai munam problem oti.
Okay, maybe at this point, let's go back a bit and put this whole thing in context. Because niaje munana decentralization for so that we have this local government act. I think it's very important at this point. Because when I became the coordinator of the program, I support to decentralized rural development. Yalong kabing coup d'etat keta. Yalong the West, they are very concerned about taxpayers' money kadundame. So certainly they are not. They don't want Puila Kodo Kadung Dulato Meya Lonko is not democratically elected. Now they found a way around it by supporting the councils directly. So Wokonolem, of course, this general concept of decentralization and democratization was generally evolving globally. So Eko Batunga apply Gambia Jang so that the funding sit out. So they supported the program. Purkanying acto nying dada bilnying. And he based Munefanankang, 1997 constitution, Dr. Yafunyame. In fact, a near actual objective Jube, NICCLAD, it's from two areas, two from the constitution, section 193, Dr. Yafunyame, which and in section 214. And they also quoted something about Vision 2020. But Konga Fanyame, Nyumbe Momenti, Dr. Yafunyame, is to have a rigorous kind of democratization process where you will have grassroots participation. Now, Kabriba evolved Dedakang. Dr. Emenfo is true. What Moya Jame Bije. It was a very good law, may along definitely the decentralization of the whole devolved to the grassroots. And at that time he had an issue with Alaji Conte, what matter be KMC. Then the political will Mantaraji Kotepe. I'll tell you why the political will Mantaraji.
Like Conte or Alaji?
Like Conte, exactly. Like Conte, exactly. So what I asked that tinkering with this the law, the draft, Kapuodol Falling, because definitely like I'm important about even the appointment of their CEOs and finance directors will be banungele. In fact, to the extent that they were supposed to have their own public service commission kind of thing, the local government service commissions, so that every division be wale sotola alpha moyesi alkala lamo select as finance director as CEO. Then in order for no nga be centralized ngake wanti so wala ni yabe ke kilinte nyin galga form then inata na nyin local government service commission ke as one group so e ko sa wala in charge in which central government has that influence because they have to get the final approval so wala background what I'm trying to say is political will letije ulka decentralization ke anyama simply because for example you have Yankuba Dabo or even Alaji in London you have a labor mayor member Talaji or whatever I influence already I development kije a popular election what or not obviously I will campaign la labor party le and maybe a television winner so ndola janna wolem problem what let's say Yankuba is doing so well ning election what was it a natural a party men I represent which is UDP have a color so central government men beje if I feel like they are going to lose some kind of influence wala na decentralization man that political will so this is the
Okay.
background to the whole
Good.
issue
Mr.
Dr.
Komba, ha. Lafta min fola jang wala nyinde ko saying. Bari nying lafta prior futa fuaro lela. Parce que nim fuaro ka kole asuka ko kono bi man sekunda ba kay sembola man sekunda renkan. Banko dingol nyamendi ba.
Well, Dr. Ememfo is very clear, but I even want to go further because Nita Jube, I happened earlier in section 48, it's all defined, the more like Bela powers momentum. Schedule Bijelemenko, central government devolved no to local government. Ibijele. Example, like the army, we better under central government. Sometimes maybe like the university. But certain areas bije wolnyanta devolved like. Anu schedule bije, I'm a schedule 2, Dr. Balona. Me along ya state clearly many tala local authorities local governments like I remember waste management in secondary roads drainage system clearing markets and things like well baby told but Abidjan is very clear. In fact there is one area me along is very interesting because we need to be specific here India mo be caring because incident men get a brikama and then clearing so-called clearing exercise men caring. In fact, is it legal or is not legal? Ndefe, need ada Umar said it's not because I be clear, I be state in jail section of Konoje ko. Area council wale authorities sort of whether hawkers, traders, if it professionals, puri decide for it is it a part of the street or whole street nying ya occupy ka stalls kije or not or ka license or dealer. Local area councils la powerless. So need another. Here was clear. Now let's take the Brikama case specifically. Ye silota ye tesito ke ye concrete kije. Naturally, a laptop concrete ye timma. Prior timma it takes 28 days normally. So eko jani wa 28 days besila anu salo kana na mall authorized and they have the power to do that. Yetaraje. So I need another all clear. What should happen? Dr. Koye Samba court, fine. For me, it's not enough. If I were the market women, and doctor may be able to clarify that. Alisamano roke sefo ya bang. Kata high obvious yatal. Ibe jumale samanla may order pass je pura etala fengotinya ani may matota purkatinya ani may supervise purkatinya. Marse mol musolo one by one ne ikana ke group iko ne ke group compensation claim over keleko is more than the jurisdiction so ala samba high court but need a compensation the mal on what level and it's enough ala samba titiola bang for example in Brikama member Sefuya he was part of the area council I will tell him nimu market woman timbita Sefuya nga samano may order pass may hamata kadula boy ani menka supervise is saman. Now the reason is not because you want to see who wins or who loses or whatever. But that should be equity. But also in democracy, you have to protect the guardrails of democracy. You go to court, put court the fine tuning of those that came into the court in interpreting the laws. Na sai momo isembo danda dame. Ndenga fo wale kam. Webajale ning market women all wulita. Omang sel. Ita sevo yela taman rodun. Ya mari lone menka na jaka bulal boy. Ya samani. Menka matota ke boy. Ya samani men besilo. Isamani. Let them try that. That's one way. Maybe need at the state level is expensive. the entity member the compensation member jola fana many tax it all for la tax it all tala ya jo but me ya lon kai order part ni ya bonda la jubo kon next time abalona luanyanta for me I would call it ultra virus. I hope Dr. Beofola is beyond their powers because Yankuba is member is right.
Quickly, Mr. Koma Kadiam Komu Mimbo Dabase. Barialong Gunjurun Kol Wolda Fula is somebody say for ya. Because
it's very simple, it's basic. Niya mo imbita lawyer ya imbita jata say for ya dati woto, you know.
I left her no quoting because
Suleiman, I was coming to that because y'all Mr. Koma.
So I think the quotal use, I think is quite essential. Dia morning, dengan minje kom lamin dabo mem fonung juna. Ya long kalamutaro wole mang sia na banko because lungal bijele bari hanintel mimbe siri jamfang minye constitutional fahamu kom lamin je dabo maybe killing ofula jama be ma constitutional fahamu wonya so niya jube ndel mimbe siri jang ya imagine minube photo to ma fam minube koina minube carton ya fo woli ko alta baro saman sefo ya so wolba jila ko nying maybe malo abota dame
no not Baro there's a guy called Mane go and that was somebody not Baro
but yanong kom kamisalo mim kami yitandi ko kom Mane jama e kaje mansa kundale ya wulindi andum niafo mansa kunda jama mol kaje barolem so wulati na nganying analogy nati wonya bari abemu faham baliyality because ni mol fahamta jama bata buga kije ni wado be ngabukudo karang ikafo munatina bankul failta so jama e kaminu yitandi je is not because come like banko man na flow soto o imang natural resources soto jama bije wrong policy sol le katara je jama kan fanan katara nka di wrong leadership le sindi so niya jube wofka cool kalamuta balia sabu banko kan because ning for instance niya fo nyame luwal bijele janniyal bitala silo kanka watajo bayndi alsi ale luwaju be luwai mu ay sembodi mola ye bara o sembola bari saying mansa kunda aka je nyame aka fanje nyen local government bungol bundalto because for instance saying yankuba dabo abe brikama transform kan talib bensuda be brikama transform kan so obviously ni election o sita wolbe lola UDP la ticket so ni kuntawro jube o ye base jube comparatively ba fola nyinuma imman katoke come this other municipality like Banjul so obviously ni wolota MPP ba fola ha MPP la chairman base ay munekije he will compare Brikama la chairman because recently there's a magazine called I Love Basse. So Yankuba da will be lorin daming or abe searing abe ngalong come like concrete newol dadaka. So I own Natalo and Imbasela chairman or la Natalo compare who is the man walking. So obviously no Natalo my clear demonstration o yitandi jumale be ala council transform kan so ning election wato sita barote la villa pour kaje ko Dabo has done more in Brikama than na base area council chairman oni so wala na government kala vika interfere andong e man la fi fanang molye
so ite amira ko yamara wala na government ba ite amira government ba interfere kan Brikama la ba
well, iba try ka ibe yankuba frustrating di kan because obviously neyman try purka try ka frustrating di akana do ko ke even KMC even Banjul Government is
so
doing just
it as a Gambian, yeah. It's a mena phone or man secondary because ning banko beltam. So ning wo si fal kake fuaro like a marginalized for.
well, min kita is lack of political awareness because natara banku dingol e kalamutala bake ning man sakunda wulita ko abe nyunu sabotage la itelle be lola ya fo ibula nyinu be la doko kan ntelenga carte fay ntelenga sembenti ya so ibe doku kan pour ntelye but because kalamutaro tije jama ne wulita e kanyinu kumol fo e ka fo nyin mu oppositionality amalla fi man sakundala so
No, but
wo jama
Suleiman, I tend to disagree because yaje had base, yaje birim base marso janita. Banko dingo bele bulo kafunyoma, all the political parties also contributed. Mansakunda natana base marso nying rehabilitate ya dada in a very wonderful form. But what they ended up doing is your marso di government. Instead of Kadi area council, because then the area
munatina madi area council at the time
person, the area council care person then womo oppositional.
Exactly.
Mr. Daniel.
So this is why I said because of lack of political consciousness.
Now that you have an NPP chairperson in Basse, Wofanamu government a litmus test leti pour kaduaning allow I walk in the area to lay damage control. That will be what Mr. Ba would do. Or Mr. Cisse, I don't know his name. The
Yes, Cisse.
What Mr. Cisse would do. He support be diala, yapula ala marso control, anyanta control la yame, ala taxi sol collect, ayala development okay the way he feels that suits Basse and its surroundings. Nimman sakunda mal la fuala. Ibajala kon ibe fail la jele, ibe fail la Makati, ibe fail la Kuntauru, and obviously these people will still be working because nulla tax baseless yate toti. Ke Brikama area council da manda makan collectors la banko du labu ka collect mbele ngawla so obviously nyantalo na ko Brikama area council la do ko fanan ne fanan sembo warat katambi all other area council so they should understand that yaje nte me yente niyo kuya don andu lafta Mr. Lamini ngala mena Mr. Coman is okay yajele comment ka for Mansakunda they don't have the political will. Okay. Should government violate the constitution? For Mansakunda me along where the custodians itole nyanta lua kantala kabunya katambi banko dingo bela katu itol lua be karafaring itole ma la bodyguard salt. Nyina munna ko bela luati. Al itole mu bodyguard salt in ma make sure la banko dingo be fall into place. Need all follow kettle violators of that constitution. What should you expect, Mr. Coman?
Okay, Bamba so demande. La fa lamen nyinin kala fen la jam. Lamen kukiling jakala jam because nte kukiling wokan sula bake nyin kul kono wolong ntenga amera fewo fe nyanda kelam be dembe fe ngoda inde dara jele pour ka foarol nyaajo fita wala mini man sembo wala ka carte viral sembentuya wala ka carte viral nyaajo fita. Bare nim fembi je mi alonko wo ka carte viral le kumbondi. And mobi je mi ala ko sembo la oka malon fo kati fayra le yin sembo sutole pour ka wuli ka kuke wala ka wuli ka kufo malon fo loi fenne bi je mi banku dingol wo sembo di la sa keno ban lamen
ni la ta banko e ke banku kelenti ni man la fi modol e bori e dunnin kasama islamo jamal e fasilo kan nyanta min kela wala nyanta daro ngatanin luwala silola because multi fin kela no Suleiman ye min fo fahamro doyata ba ket yaje because hanni mira kuringol min be ke kay berkama ni yankuba wali afo isafa ko yankuba diamo siadale yankuba nyanta concentrate la do kuwal te kela no nin tilimbaliya be kere yaje Mr. Koma e dula do fo walam nyenti ko kana jamfa e nyantata la samani rola sefole Suleiman e je jabile but Suleiman ya jabi nyamin wole bente fanambulu because ni ya jibe na government system jolla problem o be mu mararolati Suleiman kamin fa manke ko bankoli ka fail. Why nations fail? A manke ko bankoli ka fail because resources stable ko Suleiman ya fanyame. But mararolo mu fengoti miya lon ka bankol nim bankol bondi nyot. Ntol bebe tubab dole alhamdulillah tol jama babi je hanibi ali alon ne tubab do mararo ka kenyame. Kol dole min ni nyaton koli ka mira ka ken tol lanyim banko kan. Iti hani la mira la fansa ko kake tubabdu. Hanni telebe number 10 Downing Street maybe ni me akilo to jannin karo ka fa kuol doli bije ni wali kete be bola jel. Edum toli bika wali muta fentija. Ni tata sefo ya itata barola employee report je kome mane Sulemani afanyami mansa kundale ka wulen. Mane manyan na funti la kanamol la dulal to fang. Iman notice o dila. Loi ya landi wale nyama administrative law ni bitala moli aka kuwali ke min se batandi ingante notify la le kon kanale de nyillun kale tilitang lo kumfula kabo bila mbinala jele momo ya lon koy mantara silokan o momo ya lon koy be loi tinyangol nkana ila fengol tarajembe tinyannale bari kanaka lo moli kunto lunkelen ka foye ko kela fengoli beti nyang aliman notice fango dira wom beya yalati yes
okay
beya yalo mo ani luwa manta dawda dunia kono momo ke fankol democratic government le manyana mo la fengo tinyanna atare man notice dira ya foy ko mbinala ha en won notice manyan amanyana dasala lokon wala inyonta notice o min dile fona tan emergency mod barna manke nyini manke emergency yes imanke emergency tali manyan ne kel aliman notice o di molla what Suleiman kamin folomu with all due respect ni tata safe way an kate dankula fang because wo lungo fang nin safe o kay manele kumande kiti ole sa bayno wo lungo fang edu mota kuno la je ani loi isafa ani loi tata yes so wala mu problem ultin tolinga minso Mustafa ko mbele denta bankola tonyalo bari bankola police power ala sembo puruka tamande ngadu molle bulu ni be tilimbali ala janni be ilondila no dula killing akol ka kolea baba bakel yes fentete bulu ni te fi ofenke bafala Mustafa fela be tinyarol abe mansakunda tonyeka asa tardo mansakunda le tonyero kumas so ite mumen ke tele boita na mol fankaja wala nyam mol min ya lonko fan ite Mustafa ye miyo min keke tolle nyafita wala fanka fo Mustafa o man kunso to moni man sakunda bika kele no moni ne nim man samantara kelo la Gambian tolika luwale londi doro luwa ko banko nyanta tamala nyami ikatara wo silole kam bari morning ite lola jana man sakunda be lore janal be nyo fayla berola wote kala no edu moli bika woke ha berkama era kansul mawoke mo kote ngol mawoke kam minke wolam nyinti doron ngatan no kiti la ngaji be to nyaka time wes dole be ka kodol soto ko kuni emira wodile be ka tarajel bari wala tin man sakunda ko mayizi de mayizi ba o bibi la sembo be tolle Gambia no la hajo siat nimbi bamba masnata ay mol kumande berkama maraseto ye bamba mas muta modol yeta ko nte kamira na balwol lante bambala nyi ma fek ye bamba mas bulaje to leta ila balwol no kam in ko kake wala nyama wala tin na mol ka sila ike mira bari ya fo nyaaw nyama man sakunda nyanta mararo sabatin dila maral kendo banko kam edun ningo man sakunda te man tara barola nyini mo problem wollete min yalon ko nyeje long before baro moye mira fankabe kala president nye discuss edu wo problem woli alhamdulillah wali be contributor pour baro na ay ke president woto bi almanya na jela ko mol min nikali advice wali mali jawollete hani ntulle ngal ke power ntolte kala no ali jawolte bi doli bali bala wali kali manke fente alte kala fente ala ko e ngal tol tam mo entebe decision o min kala ali man fenno wota ay barota ya ke president bar baro be kala ex president one day wobe hada mayale kono ni mol me bondije ala be bondi la jele ala la bondiro wolam sayate aka hada madingo bele batu so mararo doron tol nyanta trial nga concentrate wala kam ni mararo man bete a bankol to develop lano hanni mun kodile balibul Suleiman kanyim buko mi read why nations fail I understand aka minnefo wala muto nyati mararo damale be hada madingol ni la societies wali tema bi ko do be Gambia le min se Gambia balundino hanni mam baluno ko American or British or Arab or Saudi Arabia but at least mo be sela hormone la bunyani la domoro
Mr. Dabo si baluno
not a lot
ni nga marar kendo soto in the Gambia and si baluno just like America just like UK bari a dependa maralala ni ajube for example Gambianol munati nambuka fanyinenka ni ye mul elek yeke man solti jama ikabo do ba bungol lenko bari within 5-10 years wolkana kakodo soto itelle ka nafulo soto even ni banko bela nafulo kafundi itilla individual nafulo le kasia wolti and until menuke carte fay ndel katara pouring damma and it's just a group of people and nyimbe is near be jawara lawato is just a collective of people near will elect will they get rich and the people the majority of the people get poorer jaminata is the same system barofana nada is the same system and ni barobotaje do fana nada the same system will continue so until nyandam fanyinin kala munatina nyinuka ke these people when they come in ninga sembo de la don ibeka ke fanka malti ibeka navulol soto barintel ka tudo bayalla it's because system o mimbije andung molle nyanta wulila pour ka wo system o falling ni hajube Angleterre jang I think it was in 1786 gael wulita eko hani nying anyanda falinale because it was just a collective of people.
Okay, so clearly there is a problem. So how do we resolve this?
Ordinary molle accept andung is ordinary molle be sila ye balang ka fo nyinte kela then isina
in summary,
Mustafa,
because na
Suleiman can you for I agree because
let me just finish na public institutional lual bije bari nyanta sembentu yala let's say for instance saying mbeka fo baro nyong mansa kendo te Gambia nenete mansa hinan malo nyadi soto la mimbe tambila barola Gambia te democratic mansa soto la mimbe tambila barola ni afo corruption o be Gambia isafo hani corruption o tije ni afo lobitanol borol tije isafo barobe lobitanol dadakan barobe silol dadakan bari nyino e nyante jube la in the context ye Gambia no la life transform nyadi le
Mustafa,
can I comment here?
Yeah,
can I
system will change.
Yalo maybe intolu meta diamola. Bari Gambia dingolu mansa fanga yalo ne ko sembo be molde bul. Let me give you an example. Wuli during the time of the dictatorship, President Jammeh after Alcalo imposed on the people of Wuli, they defied him. Namira fosutu kondi fosutu ko fo kerewana Omar fola. Commissioner Omar, Governor Omar Khan, ike sato beke la namo kafunyoma yetal mabo man kasino kono. Ni mansa kunda la namu kanin nada de kay ko ta man kasino kono. Ni koy ko almadi sate Alcalo koy control ma Alcalo soto membe mbulani o bonde. Bar mansa kunda e dol to boy koy control ma recognize. Eventually, government has to give it and allow the Alcalo chosen by the villagers. Okay,
Oda Bamba, Bamba, e coming for in summary, Bamba, wala nyinti ko di wo wulda banku dingol nyanta gera wala kela woto fo? Iko wala fo?
No, it's a balance no iman gera.
Nyadi, nyamedi.
Mustafa, nim banku diwol man Lamin J Dabo recognize. For instance, nim banku diwol man Lamin J Dabo recognize as their governor. And banko tullo be kambenta west be kambenta warantola LRR be kambenta ko Lamin J Dabo alake governor di West Coast. Alkanaka governor di LRR. Nalake governor di LRR. Don't lafta na LRR diwol misali fi. I'm just giving an example. Ila mansa kunda manso ko Lamin J Dabo bitaje. Lamin J Dabo tarje misal fe ay mito ko mani jarbaro kunda siran kenza wol moman na moman so. Adara sudu ko moman na moman so adara bure nga fo ba fa mansa kunda en no kandende bulu jam du karam bonde jam. In that way,
Sam banku dingol ko be brika min kereje ni temu ibe menekela yamra mena banku dingol nyanta menekela.
Kamansa samba kitiola bari ke samba sefo ya Lamin ko be Lamin sa ko ma mefo. Ke samba sefo ya would have been better. Ibajela ko individual
say bamba je sefo ni o samba je Lamin je min fo ibo baylal.
Non so man Mustafa so le man ding so
No, I think
no let me land batu ngalan. Ke samba sefo would have been better. But not under this current environment. Komansale ka sefo tombo. Ne atara banko di wala ka sefo tombo. Like akake nyame num. Like Dr. Dabo yalo nen kamefo. Comment like sefo ikatara gele ko itolle number no traditional rulers. That would have been very very because they would be not it is still la komansa be mbailal. What man ni kana sefo ni man fa ibuka boje. Wala be keri. Sefo si sembo soto lola mo kumanda ne dan kala kiti moto dia ko ya. Bari mansa kuna kabri PPP jamano be banna APRC jamano mina ye sefu ya sembo di president wala ko molu ka fitina ko wala le president wayto mo president du ka kele politically aka political tool leti pour ka molu fenke men ya lon ko betarla atla do ko le ke ka wotundol ka e lafta wala kala alkali al fanna wala tinna yaje ko lafta Dr. Dabo nyinin kala ne Lamin koma mune antinna iko the devolution of power come like decentralization. But it's safe they are under the local government. Munantin na Woolman area council developed but it's safe Woolman developed and Alcano. Left on Purka in Kano.
Okay, before I come to that, can you remember Kacha? You see, fundamentally elections have consequences. Make a wale for them. Ni Woolman election ka nyama, ye mensoroje, that's it. Now, Purka of welcome for about awareness. Awareness creation is gradual because one thing, Nalia Korsi, the democratization process throughout globally, a change can. The age of dictatorship is waning. I understand because dictators can have munela can puka more control, the area council control, kamaralo control. Ta obe boka nyadi previously, it only be control in terms of media and information menka futa molma. It was territorial, like the TV, the print media and things like that. But sa wobotale. Wobota nyadi in social kwa kanyim programs tifal menke. Ya programs men bija locally. Molke la moilale. WhatsApp group or molke la moilale. So the awareness is going on. And people like us, and I can quote quite a few friends of mine, men be UDP and things like that, even more aware and you'll be surprised if a responsible men soto. The way can you explain more here? For Allah right them, Mansakunda be mismanagement men and things like that. So what awareness creation is on and is unabated because social media man territory sort of. So wala na kafoko kata sefo ya abe baila no. That's how you test democracy. That's how you test and strengthen institutions. Nima wokebe munege bulo la nyoka and do what? Complain? You have to start somewhere. So yeta de ya jubi abekela nyame. It's just like niko ngalua samba parliament. Ngalua samba parliament majority temple. That's not the point. It's the principle. So let's test the principle of democracy and protecting that democracy. Yeta sefo ya. Yes, samanoro ga jubi sefo me. Sefo tela samanoro baila. Naya by let's see what happens. Government never work. Because already we have seen that government is being challenged in the appointment of ambassadors, in the appointment of governors. And they are reacting to it. They are reacting to it. So Fomole Gambians must know how to complain. It's as simple as that. But Kabongambulo la nyoka. No, what it is. But then as I said,
Kambulo la nyokan o tambitale to nyalom bari lafta min faham la jang sefo la sembo ba doyari nyamen
Amandoya.
Ala sembo mandoya bar sa biti lola. Yamara sefo bo sembo so non no pour ka mol nyaaji fita bang.
No, it's not nyaji fito, not a case lesser. Let's say, okay, for example, ordinary issue, more flowers, sabalan, it had a safer. It's just the same thing. More than nothing sunya, it had a safer. It's the same thing. More than not bagaso mutatina, it's the same thing. Test it. Asamaje. And in Nintamu lawyers from the fang, there are so many legal things. Do it, test it, go there. And you must say, boy, men from Keta, you should go further. Because there is a lot of social media recording about it. Mulyante is some kind of documentary. Hanna bekela 30 minutes puri item. Dunia bela what's happening. And the other thing, Panang, inyanta menkela, even at the academic level, why wouldn't students even go and do some research to see the impact of this thing? The reason I'm saying this, look, we are in a country where over 53% of the people are poor. In Brikama specifically, in certain wards, 88% people are poor. 88%. Saiteka Menla or Fengol Boy, well, they are part of that poverty thing. Very sensitive to this risk Fengo element of poverty. And ila capacity to come back again, is very low. So we'll be mukule the frontal bailing and bulo kafuye academia lembang, loyal lembang, opposition parties, nyaju the opposition party jumal ka diamu yung kuala. Nobody.
Okay, Neo for iba follow modo safoko political awareness and intellectual dishonesty level caring. Would that be accurate?
Most certainly. Because why are the intellectuals so quiet about this? It's just a few people like Dr. Dabo and things like who are talking about these issues, discussing about them. There is a shortage of intellectuals in this country. There is no shortage of political parties. Last election over 18 left findida. But Jumale Kapindika Jumale, most is UDP. Itolekata Fenko, the Dr. Manis, the Larry Caesars, and the Diamol. Where are the rest? Are they looking for jobs only? Election wados ite finti. Muna ne mandalo ni market women all fenke. These ladies are very poor. Need the amuda from ibalati okabod. Nobody is talking about it. Very few people. So let's test democracy. You see, democracy I guardrails and you have to protect them. And one way of protecting them is to strengthen the institutions. And to do that and fine tune it, well, and kudo together, it's a court. Somebody asked whether the president were luatinya. Why not? Because political leaders, the threshold of ethics, the ethical level is so high, is much higher than the ordinary citizen. So certain things be ma expect ayake. So na yake ya challenge in court. But more baby katara daring. What it are they? Namange UDP ndabuga mo diamo. It's very unfortunate, but it's working. It's working because people like Sky Power, we are inviting people to talk about it. People like other Fenkoli, but caring social media. So I manja ko ye GRTS done so what monunda be nyam. We will be able aside. In fact, our good reference again in terms of awareness creation is the case of Senegal. You watch now how people will be quoting what's happening in Senegal. We found the pressure in terms of awareness and also governmental responsibility in order to be responsive to the needs of the people.
I think that one is quite interesting, quoting Senegal. But the problem with us and the Senegalese, they do not only talk, but they act. You can see the Senegalese, when they are dissatisfied with their governance, they would, demonstrate that. They would act, and even where it is necessary for them to go in the street and get killed, they would go and get killed. Okay, for us in the Gambia, we are not encouraging, because in a situation man reach to that dire level wherein people will go into the street and get killed. But what I just want to say, we should at least graduate from just talking into acting, because we have seen how effective that could be in Brikama. Because Kabribol Funtita, Mane could not go ahead. And what is even more refreshing is IGP and other, senior administrators, they have to leave the police headquarters to go and meet Yankuba in Brikama. Because the power lies with the people. And
Well,
even though
there
they
you
have
are.
the guns, they have the tear gas and everything, he realized and they knew with all that they cannot, force the people of West Coast to submit to their will. So Gambian ol nyanta wole understand na ko power belongs to the people and it resides with the people. So mansa kundan tileke sembentiya. It's like mandingol coming for ita subu ita muru. Ni wodi mola imam fentu o marie. I lafta daming abe jela kuntulam subo nyinkan. Bari niya fo ita muru nta subu o ita subu nta muru albe negotiate laje albe damen ne kuntula subo nyimbala. Bari ni sembo beta ya timo kiliola alafta dame abe jele kuntula. So wole munna problemoti mansa kunda tante subuti ane murobe kilin ne matati do nyimu mullatan. So nintel ngawo understand andun katama wonya like civil societal because nyanta civil societal soto la Gambia mini alonko ibe funtila ibe diamula. You got some people here, they would sit at number 10 or they would sit at, House of Parliament, House of Commons. They will be there, come rain, come sunshine, with their placard. Ibe message will transmit, and gradually they would have people supporting them. In the National Assembly, more will talk about them. But until Buka Wolke, when it comes to things,
No, but
briefly,
no, Mr. Jen, it's happening.
72 hours atata funtita. So like near Jube road traffic accident jama amange silol minga na traffic laws sometimes will cause because traffic congestion albel silol dadakan andung alman safety road safety network will create mini alonko abe drive will makoela pour ye road use safely and in pedestrian. So obviously, ni more fataje is not only the driver fault or congestion, road traffic safety often ambiguous. So mobile traffic silo sotoje National Road Authority silo sotoje. So nyinu be nyanda sila ya jubeko muneka accidental cause na silol kan. Nyanda muneke la por kanyen accidental reduce. So will be signs will be traffic light will be police traffic officer will be menuka traffic laws enforced will be nyanda taraje. But all these things buka taraje and you expect silol nying accidental technology. So until when we are electing our political leaders, nyanda wulle jubela jumale ben natilan telie. Not just like Lopitano bill, Lopitano niya bill, hani larangol bije, jorangol je, boro ni boro tije aning Dr. Kendo, anafat je. Because larang kenseng yung buke jara. Bung kenseng yung Lopitano, yafu Lopitano, wo buke jara. Ni boro bije,
Suleiman, I think Mr. Komaka
anafat je.
Ngamera Mr. Komaka memvo Suleiman buka jemo ibaki.
Yanka wole for ate fon e woto jabile because muna na mo Inspector General Tata Jana because people started reacting. So there's a just look surwal ko naj si maraj la iko naj si maraj la em kabri aje kabri naj ta maraj they reacted, people reacted, and if they had gone back there alman tankadam something else could have happened. So moli alone yalo mol ika for Senegal the same thing le among tanu overnight in order to a point like from near revelation told moi Senegal people are you see sonko wolle nata wol findin for mol kunintala and they started and the same thing is happening here. People are now well aware of the corruption, they are well aware of the mismanagement of the economy, they are well aware of the ethnic aspect of our politics. They are well aware of these things because Konga Fenyame is no more a territorial dominance of the media. It's now all over. It's for like Dula Belo. It other social media, it from Mabonoil. And so baby Dula Belo, they are inviting key people many alongo, if they are more Kampurka in Paul Findin. Mem unfortunate that Konga Mem for wrong. We have had a registration of so many political parties jump. ama me kunun kunanet pari buka mo moy ika jumale moy UDP lem UDP press conference UDP Larry season UDP
Yamira,
you know
okay,
so
Mr. Komba, you be kalamta. Yamira mina ko sabu. Because national
muneka
banku kano, aning palasi kano, aning kodo, yamira muno problem.
say that again the line is breaking iko muneka mun sabu
Muneka obe sabu politic mo jamal beka wuli e fansum politic party lo ya tarake ka yamira fo il after do ko la kila fo e palaso la nyine kam fo muna atinna
well my personal opinion is will be plus minola because political party has to be based on principles and values and you defend them to any extent. And here UDP Jube, they did. UDP was created under the during the auspices of a dictatorship. They went through hell. It will be alone what they went through, and they fought through it up to now. Leadership part, but they were very resilient and come back. So neither political party form, they back from la wall. But because there is an opportunity, because there is democracy, you just come out a political party for all bela in the fay, bela interested no. Because ning election or bandebu came you see them nowhere. And I don't think that's very fair to the people.
Mustafa, yalong mune kita Gambia la problem the bring President Fintita, President Barrow, a Funtita ko policeol muntalelti, sojarol muntalelti, armyol muntalelti, sembo membe na saying ate o President Dola. Gambia karana lule nyanta funtila ya faye ko no, you are wrong. These are public institutions. These are state institutions many along ko banko dingol le tam. You are just a custodian, me along ko imarta na banko la loi, itele imam mara la faiba, itele ba kantakan. Itele mo di chief servant, itele mo Gambia belam binali kebati. Inyanta Gambia di ulu bunya la le manyan ne silandi la kafo e sembo benal, o sembo Gambia di ulu le wo karfete man. Ntolle ko no, never again Gambia, mbele, ngabela wo sabti sa do mo kadulo. Including President Barrow himself. Mbele be yai kan Gambia ko men tambita. During the dictatorship, woman yana sutla nyimbanku kan fereng.
Akumada Bamba. Intellectual dishonesty. Nyinam na kumode mi alamba mobe killing ale ma ko indo jam because yem for jam
Line is breaking.
Mustafa be fenkerin bakila la network ko malong bi kay malong fa la Gambia number use ba.
I don't know. It's breaking very seriously.
Namira hanim fanan la Gambia fisad.
I know it's breaking seriously. I'm sorry. Sincere apologies about that. I'm in the woods. Yeah, but what I'm laughing for intellectual dishonesty. Wala ka na miro to ngamara wala tinay molbe ka wuli reki fansum patiringol lo anin ñun anun diam wato sita ibuka diam pour kanaka mol nene ke nyako doro wala be ñin ko kono par say nde minga kummaye ya wala ñindiko alga foirol ñamendi moro almamere ñanda foirol ñamendi la mol minni alay man ko long mbe ñamendi la no ñadi la.
But that's what you are doing right now with this social media thing. Konga wala for saying. It has no charity.
Hangawala na barsay diamula minyanta diamula wol fanam bukas fundi ka diamo muna ko fanan sabu alnga nyame ni
yalo in politics there is always the few that do the heavy lifting and fortunately unfortunately that's UDP. Let's face it, whether you like them or not, they are doing heavy lifting. They are doing all this dissemination of information, everything about corruption. You listen to their programs, then people are aware of what's going on. And I think that the WhatsApp group will see, I think a WhatsApp group over 600, 1,000 people or something like that. And I will tell you, Mojamal ba download the yak janja team and listen. And they listen. And that means you guys are doing a great job in terms of our democratization process of our country. It's very, very important. And there's no control about it. Unfortunately, they are trying to bring a law government cyber security thing. It's a very dangerous law for all of us, including Altul Fong. That is something me along komunyan
I know, but
about.
mamira nyanta danna. Ha, but mamira nyanta danna kafu UDP da malenga.
In every
Well,
political
tell
liberation.
me any other party. I'm any other. Well, no one tell observation. The ma for dol tije. Bandanga wale suiteje.
Mr. Koma, in every political situation, there are others who do the heavy lifting.
Yep.
And same is true in political liberation as well, because near Juve, the history of political emancipation the world over, there are few people who started, the pioneering process. Dolbije, they lost their life. Others, were in prison. Others were, mercilessly tortured. But because they believe in the ideal and the freedom of their people, they did not give up. So Lual Bije Menube Ditala, so they can come up with whatever laws they want. Bari mol minia lonko ye banko kanu. And ilafta banko la institutionally strong, ilafta banko ye equal opportunity create, economic, opportunity mia lonko, every Gambian would benefit irrespective of being in government or out of government. So world will not stop. They can come up with that cyber law or whatever. People would still continue to propagate. You can kill a person, but you cannot kill an ideology. Saying Gambians are becoming politically aware and active. So Purka will subdue Kemurundi back to that dictatorship at a easy la. So what we can do, I think, we would continue to propagate na civic education learning. But Gambian fango need to be organizing this small. UDP is doing a lot. I was fortunate to meet Dr. Larry Sise, and Larry is quite endowed. Nadia Muta, you listen to him, you know this person has a wealth of knowledge. Andung akaminufu ayalone. I've listened to Dr. Lamin Mane as well. It's the same. Mr. Dabo Bijang, you are here. So Gambia is blessed with people many alonko ye londo soto andung ilafta banko ye tanyato. So what I am encouraging and umbal Daniela Minna, William, even at the local level, like Kuliol, Manyo Bitol, I know this may not be the right venues, but sometimes we have to use these avenues. Puruka message spread. Instead of politically, but generally we talk about the rights, people's rights, constitutional. So kabringin programo bitagang, in my little head I'm thinking, I think we should have this constitutional program. Instead of every Saturday in a civic education, we can find a certain day in the week. Me alonko, we will be talking about the constitution, section by section in the local languages, so that Ntimul Kalamutandi, Isaje, they would know their rights. So that ning election wato sita mobe balu nako nyinum na nyantwalti, this is my right, ning kuketa polisol la nyanto mumuneti polisol nyantan sembenti ala minela nimbita code or nimam kodosoro mako road. These are all things many aloko komi afonyame, even though it takes time, but in near start it could inform a generation. Minu yalon ko ni wolla wato sita pour ye mansaya wol balon na ebe mansa nying sambala nyame, because Europe, America and other places, look at Botswana, look at Rwanda came out of the ashes, but Rwanda signed near Jube, is competing with most of the developed nations. 65 who signed almost 60 years independence, honey bee na banko abe dame abukatanya to akamurukoma yalon fulol ni be dongo la ka simfa klintanya to e simfa fulata koma, so serero le karandi wala banko aka dongo nyale aka simfa klintanya to e simfa fulata koma,
so elafta ka fogo Gambia ba fula dongol la
Gambia be fula dongol la ko.
Interesting. Lamin malon nisa mako ino jang jannim bita kula min be dendi na kacha kungola surtout fanna woka ko manya ko do bage wala pour ka nyamende anin ka puarol kalamtandi wala nga nyin civic education programme o londi jang ko sabu ko mala bake nim mole ya long nyanta min kala ni nyanta simfal min tala pour ka je ko nim fenke da mi alo mo wala ke la nyanto le tinya la kate fa la nyanto le tinya jang
Well, being told some fano really wo mol bijele bar mol sembo is limited. Tonya alka intellectual dishonesty mim for ku kotengoli be mu tonya alte bar yalong human life ate complex tabakele. Mol calculation ol minne kam mol bula kuwalla e complex tabakele. Nte se mim fano wala mo ka president will address directly. A big opportunity soto kanyim banko falling. Akane mira bila doro ala president ya. I moli enable ya jele. Mol minni na mantara ku killing, e mantara kan killing, or itol ka minni je koila oppositional lum walti. Bao dobi je ne kumol for ke dimile so much for ikata ika law, ika individuals moli muta ke neng. President mo manyan na woku sifali kela. Ning Gambia tata nyato, president wala todia wala BJ. Ata salon ka man tatu la nyimpala soto. So nte ko ala legacy moment yenye manke the first time take ruka fai. Amanke silolti, amanke bungolti, amanke kukwatenti community construct. Ala legacy mu governance let. Na iwo Londino asingo kang. Gambia sita for dunia kuwal danta nyami te nyina lala. But of course, governance fanan ka londa singo ka ama easy. Bao kuwal mini along ko tilimbali alle bije fo ite fango ye fanyo wala. Modol binale ba fale telam mansati min diate nyanta wala kela mansaya mukangwalati. Well, mansaya nte mang ate is the word from the kalafika me use. Nyatung kaya. Nsella moyno wala bar man sayante mamira man saben tole bulu fam nga nyato kolle ta nge bula nyato nte lafte address la wala nyama ko nyato kolle ar president se juloli yom fande ay moli alaw ya kumoli fo minute dialae barala nyato mu walati ala nyato mu walati manke ko min diate tulo e doron mol min ka woda ma foy wali ke nene le fam wali man sincere nim president denta bankol la min mo gambiat na wo banko topotonye aya muta nyanta mutala nyame akanun tebe siala bakel bari president wal jele min tambe ta jab ne bota man sakun ne bota president ya la fam dol toli bi ka fofam kotek yes bari ay mararo mutadoronga ya dada ay fata fitinola mol min ni laftana fitinol sambala ya nyaka asila ala mararoke no in full well ko dondi ko min ba bala dondi ko lo min ya lon ko bankole ya fuala wande ate wo dondi ko dun fo sayalo mu wala mu ala la natural weight for abe bola power in one way or the other so ala legacy do ra nyalo kan ay moli enable mol min ka cross carpet ka bodulal to kata man sakunda kan do je la kol kam bala faale to nyaabe damen baw hada madingo ala man tankala moy foy la baluwala won mo jamani fote la baluwala ka fo ila foroya fananna ya jal man sakunda kana kol kole andi moli foni ifote la baluwala be sina e lekan ikana laikan without sincerity nafate wala you know mol be la katol ke kanne ko isa koma ya fanyaming bebe nakatol ke kanne bar president fanay role soto jela nyanta min play ala legacy jibe soma banko be remember la min ata kala nyim bungol tide eda ata kala nyin silol ti bungol nin siloli mun na kodolleti yes nte mo remember la no wala banko la kodolam bar governance ni o londa simfulo kam bini ajen ka for America governance le be bulude. Forget about America la international adventures. Domestically, ika banko tamandi nyamin wale dunia nyab. United Kingdom ila international adventures, forget about them. Domestically, inila banko dingol be nyamin wale dunia nyab wala tinna namol be laftatala America, laftatala United Kingdom, other European countries. So under the president challenge lamin wala mo governance. Mol min ni lafta la president kan ali governance jibe fa bijele but nati je kane fangonene na bije is in president se do ko kenol so nte nen kumu dal ye dula yom fandi moli ye dula yom fandi moli because ye minke birkama koytela ko fitino manta man sakunda na fala fen wala tinna IGP wal nata je o period in tension min bija haita bakile ning lusa be teraje ning kube kuto start tawoto wobe kela president fangolete anala man sakunda so they did the right thing tension me fango ya create na ya diffuse ikana woke situationally yake all the time your tension avoid bankoka president e governance muta ala legacy jibe dunia ku bekatu jaloli o fanyele dum be ngalon ne fana so I guess all of a contribution to that.
Lamin, thank you so much. Mr. Komma, your final thoughts? Kono to Diana Kachakungobi.
Master, I meant for about governance. Yalong governance Benyamin, Nima Kekui becomes like quicksand. Well, like African leaders, but the more you wriggle, the more you sink in. Because name African leaders in general, yalong inyantalo nalokombe daming dictatorship about a twilight days lekon abantale. Democracy like a willing and dunia bacon. So and they can't push against that anymore. So nibe what transition, I make careful psychophants be balai ke dundi cool lekon. I can tell you something, nata maki mursa nambi, I could dolke kunung atakela. And we should be very careful about that. Yaje kobri kama menkataje. Let's say I continue that. Kudol sita bono jele. So wala nanko the more you wriggle, the more you sink. Because to the point found ila blood, ila hands can stain with blood. So membije, let's adhere to democratic principles and then not trying economy manage properly. Because ni nata development la tata nata. Yes sila wuli kilin dada, yellow pitan wuli kilin dada, atata nata kufula dronem. Mulia balue sonea, mulia balue nyinya. The cost of living and the standard of living. Atata nata nyinem. Yes sila wuli kilin dada, yellow pitan wuli kilin dada, ye kuke wodronem. New man no people will be dissatisfied, they will criticize and they will talk about it. So on this memfono dal, wole better la molbul, alto fanambe document alia continue. Because that's the only platform me ya lonko. Ika memfonyin dobali wole soto kiela moyal. Puruk ika mol soto me ya lonko ko Dr. Benjamin and things like that, and every one of you, Jangwol, Bambamas, they can start explaining things to the people, yeah, understand. And yeah, understand they will be able to make the right choice because elections have consequences. So ndengama ko be wala nyama ali continue maybe alia la program broaden because kana ke drone civic education talk about political issues and current issues member caring young pour mon ya understand wa nyani street clearing exercise ala implication men in cyber security agment kana is a very dangerous act. And democracy be nyame ibuka bula nyama it's not laissez faire. You have to protect the guardrails and protect wolem because man sa kuname mestiring always akala fila kamol control wolem dictatorship akada timing ka media control na pota media bitaming legislature judiciary and then I security forces weaponized and that's it na duntanak purka bonni is a problem. We have had that experience before. again reference to Senegal wala this is to any extent purana manandung dictator yala because na dunta from our example it's going to be very difficult. It took us over 22 years for kabondi. So until after wole fola ka bambandi mola ale continue fanambala do ko men ale mol invite diverse people on your platform and discuss diverse issues may yalon ka grassroots mol affect directly. So mbal tentula mbal jaila for giving me the opportunity to be here to discuss and also meeting some very important people like you guys. Definitely. Allah baraka bake.
Bamba man fair. He only invite UDP in call. Ibuka NPP mol invite. So I
Well,
have to
they can
protest.
always come.
Hmm?
I don't know who invited me really, but I
Bamba
thought I
le
should
ninga
take the
UDP in
people.
call the male invite. So ninga
one thing
NPP in
so
call
photo,
for Ali invite Ibuka song.
I am pretty
So I'm
sure
going to protest.
no, I am
Yeah,
pretty sure
I'll be honest, Mr. Jeng. It's very difficult to defend falsehood. Look, if I tell you, the poverty rate is 53%, the dollar is depreciating 25%. If I defend Lanyadi, if I tell you, the cost of that road is too expensive, if I defend Lanyadi, these are statistics, these are quantifiable issues, and they are from the statistics government lady. That's why they can't come. Ika resort munela, nyunuka kamfale. He's not okay. Fine. Even in Kamfada, fine. We are frustrated and diminished because of the poor people members of Akam. There's nothing wrong with that. Or Maninka party ethnic Fenkwe. I just saw WhatsApp recently. WhatsApp made a list of all the new appointments. The profiling is very disappointing. In fact, it has given me the idea for more than seal sign appointment baker in government profile bangaju kind of profile deal in terms of ethnicity, whether there is some kind of bias towards one ethnic group or not. I'm sorry to intervene. I
nobody
thought I just did that.
Lamin
Okay, Bamba,
yes,
Karim,
Mustafa.
your final thoughts. Kono to dia.
Man lamin na kumo famo bay fa yalo Suleiman man men understand wala mo hanna NPP invite ite sonna nalaja. I have very good reasons. Yalo pour katara sirin siran kando ka mandia.
Pari alien invite demu NPP in call ti. Naling invite as a guest. I can come and represent
NPP for
NPP.
because you are too radical for them. Because Suleiman Kabaro criticized Suleiman mu pseudo UDP leti despite akabe NPP. Ike accuse wala. Because Nika Baro criticized Dorong, ite manyan na tarala NPP. And no, Suleiman, alla party o alnyanta wole understand la. Ndolka usenu criticize la. Lamin jeda bo kan biya witness. Lamin jeda bo nana lota usenu fele fang kapalaso nyinyi. Because ndolga believe logo it's a democracy. Ninko democracy. Mo manyan na fola ko ntel tamu nyinto ontel nyanta tarla nyinkunna. You understand? Gambia ndolga me lose wala nyintiko. Remember in 2016 elections, Najele 2021 elections, Najele almost how many political parties came up? It all bankole nyini left up Purkatara State House. All political parties died the very day results were announced. Ibefat. Mobuke la dida solje, mobuke moi, mome la party bureau du la long. Moment party phone call. What registration okay nyadi la with the IEC? That is the first question. Ye mol bondi min tole because tundu bankola luwa ya itandiko tundu inyanta mol sopla jene tundu inyanta bureau sopla jene you wala bureau be me and yet IEC allowed them to be registered. Ndola bankola system of phone be flooring nganya kasa la matilende. IEC le follow man independent. And we shouldn't call them independent electoral commission. That is an insult to our integrity as educated Gambians. Where they can't about Karola, we can't about Karola. Because IEC is not independent. Because when IEC independent, IEC found a lualu, IEC le found ke violate. Wala nga Dr. Lamin Jenny in Kaola. Muna na mansakunda found la lualu tinyala. Because IEC it only determine which political party has got the criteria to be registered. But they register all these nonsense opposition, so-called opposition political parties, only for them to ally with Barrow. As you Dr. Sisebiria appoint us for a information minister. Where is Dr. Sise's party? What did Dr. Sise tell his party? I'm going to follow party because another party will discuss. Did he go to them? No. because Dr. Sisele tamu patriote tan tata dida atele tamu patriote anu nyanta o culture le bondi la na bankoka o that culture nyanta falale kafu ko karle nente tamu patriote like Bachile birim Bachile la patio ko ya bondi la as secretary general ate fanal nata ay party dingol bondi akate fanay yolu bay and he kept the party with him. Basically, still now, a couple of cartel tamu for Gaplem Formula FM one. I don't think I party will be like a grown told long. But if Banko Katanyaming, a little following them finding in Kabang, are we going the right way? Political party that register Lola Gambia Nyadile, among bureaus in all the regions of the country. Political party be register Lola Nyadile, I'm all told some remaining of all for the party or registration from Kokoro. And what be IC we have got proof. Molia Mol told somebody many are all fatally. But he told somebody just to get the numbers that they needed to be registered as a political party. IC accepted all that. IC Molde found bias the man telling Imantara Doko can call constitutional powerful Kamenke to at least officiate an unbiased, straightforward election without fear, favor, ill will, or affection. Imantara Woke kan. And Mustafa Billahi 2026. Nimpolo opposition party will make ni single doom. Yeah, I see restructure and restructure and we will go back to square zero. Thank you.
Anyway, they quickly to comment that lafta ming fuladrong yalong Jamila Wato 2016 I also nying accept nung after 1 week another foko I election results all baile. Okay, min kita because alawato ye 300,000 illegitimate voters all register, and that is still sitting on our system. Okay, near Jube UDP nata wo Jube, that's why ko Baromang election no win. So they went to court because due to technicality, court ni case nying fight. De coming yamari opposition party wala wolem ko IEC la current data nying e nyanta be bondila ya bruka so that ye fresh registration okay Gambian ol minuya lonko mbenga lon nyinumu Gambia banku dingol leti and mol me ya lonko in naturalized kaiti kendol be bulu ye will register isaje IEC a new data sort of system okono. But in Namange Woti, it would be very difficult for opposition party with all those with that record currently sitting on the IEC data for Mosi Baro Boino Nalota 2026. Because Ibajela near Jube election results nying, I double by Nyameng is just too wide. So Ningo Botaje
I can
Isaje
explain that.
na data system nying wo 300,000 voters mol min kamin for jamele wol dundije because mol man register wol nyanda bola system okono so ngas new registration or soto me yalonko everybody would have access ni nata counting na and verification of results because nin party sol man taraje even if the counting is done on the spot representative TJ is also manipulate no. But in every party a representative sort of J me alonko ni account on the spot iba sign na ya verify ya confirm ko ha nyinne bije that would also help because election or ibuka reach on election day. Election or ikasunya long before election wa certify wato abeka kumasi registration wato la jele elections sunyaro kake ninga je control drone a lot would change na election be clear. Secondly fanang mol nyanta understand nako ila cartel mula semboti ni lamen je dabo nata ay mani boto di la ay bidong dilino di la ay 500 o di la wo ate sambala karonyina. But for the next 5 years, ite be lamin je dabo sembonti yala itela lopitano la kul atele be marala ila dingol la karamo kul atele be marala itela fango de paso la domro ikunu sang every day mani boto potisuko poti mewo ani wol muro nying wol be tarala bulule because atele ka wol determine because naya tara among fengol sindi banko kamia lonko abe wol sonele bulu nako abe wol be bondi la banko la bando comme tel be nyame na domorol be dependa from import goods fenti je mi yalon ko tel be min produce kan ka fo nyin tel ka produce so therefore na prices on tel ka determine na manke nyoti ana mo jama bu ka nyo use back so ñinu be mansakunda ñanta wol ñinna so nimbe election la ñanta wo jube la jumale be wol kenolan telye jumale be fo faraman sayalem ñadi I don't know whether that is the right word kam faraman sayandi instead of kamol to do baya julo kono e ka fo election kam political wato adiyata miwo minna e mario ka wo fo wo manke kuma loringoti because politician o nyanta kay mo foroti because hadama dingo jannibe lola ka mulla hidi ka fo nale carte dinna be nyinne kelale a nyanta tarala miya wobe saharing itela because ni hadama dingo lahidi fenna e manna bara wokan alasi kitindino wala sama because politique manke fania fengoti politique manke business langolti ni pareta ka dum politique e pareta ka mol makoy ye faramansaya bari a manke pour ite na ye faramansaya mol kan because ni ajen tinna president ol be janni na nga election nge vote e be ni aje be labarling e be foiriare sanji fula sanji saba ni ato ni eje e bebe walari e be nunkuri e balobe ni nyaari kodo be bulu e bugalo e ka wo bondi dame ni aju be ntelbe dame jang Europe ning America president onaka na aka fresle bari 2-3 years diala a continual be ka koyle aka labarle so mune atin nan tilna president ol e ni fuariale kana bari inun kumalle ka buje jang ngol ini nunkuma kana bari ibadari ngol le kafo so logically aka yitandiko ñinule mu doku lalti wodol mu diri molti anen kerengol malon sabali
Suleiman air conditioner le kawo ke air conditioner
amanke fondel ma air conditioner so fombe nunkuri
Right, Mr. J, you could and down for Malon for time. Be Mbela Fila Nunka will clarify back a assurance. I don't know whether that is any time.
Yeah, just in 1 minute. In 1 minute, Mr. Koma. Yes, please.
Okay. Because I meant for Kumaya battle. Yalon, let me start for about elections have consequences. There's a saying in Wolof, Uja is a kir, Ngafanansi night. Uja is a karta, Ngadika chono. Whatever caring that, and people will understand that because now they are very tired with the mismanagement. But the other issue is about assurance about this. I can tell you, this time round, UDP is well prepared to election monitor. That's why they are confident that they are going to win in 2026.
There's this 300,000 votes, in the system. I understand.
No, I'm coming to that. I want to give you certain circumstantial evidences. Because now you can 300,000 votes, man. For ya janile. Ye jani nung TRC for what we will for ya yalom problem from the dame. You see, election result we book at disaggregate at the polling station level. Aggregation of keta dame problem of kata wallet. Up till today, we have been requesting IEC polling station la result yadi. But amanke. In fact, the same issue happened in Senegal. It's good that now we always have a reference. Before these elections, the Jomai government never recognized Macky Sall because he was Sunyal. And they developed a similar system like member UD people right now, where polling station by polling station in real time, they'll get the election, they'll get the results. For example, on polling day, maybe it following media is a code dealer knowledge where you can get it directly. So what at a cheat knowledge? I can assure you that. That's why they are very confident about that. 300 o membe what system o kono wolle la kado de janitano. So bari problem o be damen aggregation dula problem o kata wala naka number of time ta puri ya do the lafta because lafta 25% la 27% no outcome o kala nyadi. Ajube in Senegal within 3-4 hours a result or long, and that's why how it should happen. And next time here within 2-3 hours we'll tell you the results.
Mr.
So
Command,
left of assurance
Thank you, Mr.
48 hours.
whether he's there or not, what is important, we have a very robust monitoring tool to get these results right from the source. Whether he's there or not, or anybody is there or
Okay.
not, I can assure you that.
Baraka,
So thank you. Huh?
Mr. Koma,
The line is breaking.
Mr. Dabo,
Mr. Jeng, I hope you are
quickly.
convinced.
Mr.
I hope
Dabo.
you are.
Huh?
on that note,
Yes, I'm
I
convinced.
hope
I'm
you are
still,
convinced.
you know,
on that note,
I'm still
yeah, on
MVP,
that
so
note,
I'm going
I'd
to
like
vote for
to.
Barrow.
So on that note, more better to jela, especially Lamin, thank you for your time, energy, and effort. Thank you for being very patient with us.
Mr.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Lamin Koma. Thank you very much. Sol, Jerejev, thank you. And then Bamba, Jerejev, thank you. Lamin, thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. Okay. This is Sky Power Radio and TV services. Burun sa laboran gibe lal mobe dauda ani be watu to. Mesaro di la janne follow kunala inshallah. Kamana na civic education team be bulo kono jam. Be molbe tentulam be jelam be danala janne fosibit nala inshallah. Nal bani malo Mustafa jamme min be sirim programo kunna fosibit nala inshallah alimbara.